Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we are going to be making this cute box here. Just opens up, and you're going to be able to fit quite a lot of candy in there. I'm going to give these to my co-workers. I work in a district office, and there's only 3 of us in the office. So I'm going to give each one of the ladies one of these. Let's see if I can get it tied back decently. So it's going to hold a decent amount of candy here. Alright, I didn't do too bad. One's longer than the other, but I'm not going to cut that off because I'm going to try and fix it. So this is the box that we're going to be making. I'm going to show you the, I got the new Stampin' Up! Trimmer. It's awesome. It cuts wonderfully. Cutting blade, scoring blade, a arm that swings out that is about 17¼ inches, swings back in. There's no storage on the back, but I did not ever use that. So there is a little knobs on the top and the bottom, so when you turn this over, this doesn't flop open, so that's kind of nice. It's got a little hole here, so if you wanted to like hang it on a pegboard, if you have pegboards in your craft room, that's nice. No grid, it's just got like they're 1 inch by 1/4 inch lines in here, but it's got the ruler on 3 places, so that's nice. It's got a little lip right here that stops at 6 inches. Yeah, and you could put this on your starter kit if you wanted to join Stampin' Up! Because right now that's the only way that you can get this. You get $126 for $99 and free shipping, and this is $25. So still have $100, $101 to spend. If you have any questions, I'd love to have you on my team. But if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. All right, so I'm going to be using a piece of terracotta tile, and this is 7 by 12. And you can get this in the in color 2019-2021 in color 12 by 12 cardstock packets, and you get 4 sheets of each color. So all of the in colors, you'll get 4 12 by 12 sheets of them. All right, I'm going to get my Simply Scored. That does have a scoring blade, the new trimmer does. But I just like my Simply Scored. So let's bring that in here. On the 12-inch side, we are going to score at 1 inch, 1, 2 1/4, 6 1/2, and 7 3/4. And then on the 7-inch side, we are going to score at 1 1/4 on both sides. So 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. All right. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold on all of the score lines. Take my bone folder and make sure I get a nice crease on all of my scores. I'm sorry if you're seeing shadows. Just got off work a little while ago and thought I'd better get this done. I'm starting to panic. I think I'm going to run out of time before I get all my projects done. All right. So now I'm going to take my scissors And I'm going to cut up on the 4 score lines on the 1 1/4 inch up to the 1 1/4 inch score on all 4 of the scores on both sides. Hunter's watching TV. I have no idea what he is doing. Watching TV and playing a game. Who knows what he's doing. All right, then the same thing on the other side. Okay, one more. All right, now back up here at the top. This is the top of the box. This 1 inch score line right here. We are going to cut these rectangles off on each side. So we're going to cut those rectangles off. Excuse me one second. Hunter, please be quiet. Shut the door and please be quiet. All right, so on these rectangles now down here, I think I'm gonna cut just a little bit. Looks like maybe I didn't quite get in the center of the score line there. Okay, so on these tabs right here up at the top, you're gonna cut from the outside to the inside. We're gonna slice off right down the middle at a diagonal on both sides. So let's take this one, and I'm going to use my long scissors for this, right at the corner. And go right up to the edge there. I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So from the outside corner up to the inside, and then just cut that off. All right. All right, there we go. So it's going to go together. These are going to go in. Kind of like my box from the other day that held my sanitizer. It's going to go like that. These are going to go in here, and that's going to go on the top. Except that didn't have a top flap. All right. So now I am going to take a piece of Designer Series paper. I'm using the Monster Bash Designer Series paper. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. This is 4 1/4 by 4. And that's going to go right here on the front of the box. I'm going to do that now. It's easier to put on now than after I get the box together. So I'm going to use some Tombow here because I will be able to move it around. And we're going to make sure that we get this on the right, going the right direction here. Okay, I'm just making sure I have or trying to make sure I have an even border all around. Now, do I want to put, I could put Designer Series paper here and here. Excuse me. I think I'm just going to leave it. You could do that. If you wanted to do that, this piece would be 4 1/2 by 3/4. This piece would be 4 1/4 by 3/4, and this would be 4 1/4 by 1 if you wanted to decorate these two pieces. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna leave them as is. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take glue, and I should have done this. I'm just going to cut off a little sliver on both of these sides here, and I mean just a sliver. You don't need to take off much. It just makes it a little bit easier to put together. All right. Okay, now I'm going to fold these in because I'm going to put the glue on this side right here. So you can either use your glue or you could use your tear and tape. I like my glue because, like I said, then I have a chance to move it around. Now I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to rest this on the bottom of my table to get it square. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just bring that in and I'm going to rest it right at the bottom of the table to get that square. Okay, now I'm going to take glue and I'm going to put it on the inside here. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that up right here, but I'm going to lay it on the table and make sure that that is flush to the table to get it nice and square. And I'm going to take my bone folder here and I'm just going to rub it in there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just making sure that I get that nice and square. And then I'm going to take my bone folder again and rub that on the inside. And that just ensures that I get a nice looking box. Okay? There we go. All right, so now these tabs can go in. This folds down like this. So you're just going to get a nice little box here. You're going to be able to put lots and lots of goodies in there. You could fit a bracelet, you could fit a necklace, a bunch of candy, whatever you want to put in there. All right, so now I'm going to take our basic black, that's all it says, scalloped edge ribbon, basic black scalloped edge ribbon, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep it on the roll. That way I don't waste as much. And I'm going to make sure that it's flat on the back side. All right, put it over there. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do it the other way, I think. I don't think that made a difference. Okay, I want to put that up there. Sometimes I can remember how to do this and sometimes I can't. Okay, so I'm going to put that that way. Okay. I want to make sure that I get this flat. Okay. Now I'm going to have to cut this. I can't talk and do this at the same time, sorry. Alright, there we go. I want to make sure that this is nice and flat. Okay, make a bow. I want to make sure that this is tight. I can do it. You just saw me do it a few minutes ago. Okay, there we go. So that's going to go like that. Bring it up just a little bit because I want it like right here. this side a little trim. Give this side a little trim. So that wasn't too bad waste there. I just usually like to do it on the spool. It helps with the waste. All right, I'm also going to be using the Spooktacular Bash bundle with the stamp set and the dies, ornate frames. Get this stuff off here. All right, so I'm going to take a piece of Very Vanilla, and I have got the So Glad We're Such Ghoul Friends. I've got that on my block already. I'm going to take some, not Delicata, I'm going to take some Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm going to get that good and inked up. Get this spongy dauber out of the way. And we will hopefully have enough room on here. Hopefully I left enough room. We'll see. Then I'm going to take this frame right here from the Ornate Frames. Oh yeah, I did. And I'm going to use my Big Shot. I'm just going to do that off camera rather than bring it in. Okay, so that's going to go here. We haven't got our new die cutting machine yet. We haven't heard anything. We're still waiting. Oh, it looks like I smudged it a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, so we have that. Then I'm going to take a piece of basic black, and I'm going to run that also through the die cutting machine. And I'm going to use this big one right here. I'm going to run that through. And that I'm going to run through a couple of times because I want to make sure that I get all of those little pieces from the ornate die to come out. So I actually ran that through 4 times. It looks pretty good. All right. I'm actually going to just do it one more time just to make sure. It's easier to do this than it is to sit here and pick out everything. All right. There it is. That was pretty easy. I'd rather do that a couple of times than, like I say, and have to pick everything out. Okay, so I have my snail here. That is going to go on this piece here. Okay. Then I'm going to take some black dimensionals, and I'm just going to use the small ones because that's what I have on hand. And I'm going to put 2 on each side. Because I want to make sure that that goes over the ribbon. Okay. And then that's just going to go on the front here. Right like that. Cute. Then I'm going to take a piece of, this is just a piece of scrap that I had laying around. And I'm going to take our little, what are these called? These little punches that we have, and we have this little bat here. I can never remember what they're called. They are called Every Season Punch Pack. So you get you get the bat, snowflake, leaf, and a heart. And I'm going to punch, oops. I'm going to punch 3 little bats out of this little sliver of paper here. All right. So there's my little bats. I'm going to get my glue dots. I'm going to take the bats and I'm just going to push the wings in on either side. So I'm just taking the bats and I'm just going like this. Just giving them a little push to give them a little dimension. I'm going to put it on a glue dot. I'm going to take your pick tool. I'm just going to take that off, and it's just easier to get them to go where you want them to go with the take your pick tool. It's also easier for me to get them up. I'm going to put one right here. And then the last one. That's going to go this way over here. Right up there. And I will fix my tails later after I decide what I am going to put in there. It'll be easier to get it retied like that. All right, so that is it. Here's the one that I just did. Here's the one that I did earlier. Oh, this one I put the bat over here. I think I do like it with the bat over there. If this will come off, let's see. Oh, yep, right there. All right, yep, I like that better. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. All supplies can be purchased through my online store at happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.